breeze blowing, storm clouds moving in. Whatever's gonna happen, it's about to begin. I remember what the drunk donkey told me when he said, son, don't fear. Mike's where the page life is about to begin. Then he's gonna tell you about the wind and the rain. Gonna tell you which way it's going, if it's gonna be a hurricane. Don't you worry about the news that they try to hide. Just look on Mike's page, Drunk Donkey Nationwide. There'll always be some haters, but they don't understand that Mike's got a friend and 100,000 more across the land. Well, if you want to know it first and you want to know it right and you want to have time to plan, Drunk Donkey Nation tells you, friend, Mike, he's your man. Then he's gonna tell you all about the wind and the rain. Gonna tell you if it's gonna be a storm or if it's gonna be a hurricane. Don't you worry about the news others try to hide. Click on Mike's page, Drunk Donkey Nationwide. Yeah, here at Mike's page, Drunk Donkey Nation Pride.
All right, good morning, world. How are you doing? We're live. It's Monday, May the 6th. Too much tequila. May the 6th, coming to you live. How's everybody doing? Good morning. It's sunny here in Oldsmar. Storms are brewing out west, though. I'm going to talk about some weather. So hope everybody's doing good. It's a two-for day, BOGO day, double dog day. And a rare high risk is what it is. Yep, we just got that alert for Oklahoma, Wichita area. And then we got some East Coast storms coming we're going to talk about. So this system that we're watching now is sliding east through the week. So we're going to get into all of that. And tropics are inching in. Close. Let's put on the old satellite here. I think I had another one up. Where is it? Maybe I didn't have another one. I wanted to show this one here while we chit-chat real quick. Let me pull up this one. This is pretty impressive right here. This is current water vapor loop. Look at this low pressure. Now this is not the area. The area they're worried about is later today, the secondary system coming in. This is a little low that's spinning through Tennessee right now, but it's got a little spin. A little bit of moisture. Maybe for some folks in the upper parts of the Gulf there might get some sneaky raindrops. This is current water vapor loop spinning away. Katie Kate. We got a couple Katie Kates. How about the Rays this weekend, by the way? Any big Rays fans? We were there at the game on Saturday night. Man, yesterday, Randy, bottom of the ninth, home run, 2 strikes, 2 outs. It was incredible. All right, so we're going to talk weather. We're going to say hello to everybody for a little bit. Kitchen, what's up? Felice, good morning. Loretta Reed, good morning. Mary Krause, good morning. Chris Hart is, yeah, man, Raise up. It's the new uniforms. Greg from Arkansas. Marion from New Smyrna Beach. What's up, Richard Reamer, Tony B, Slade, Scott, Mary Kay, James, softball. Palm Harbor made it into the regionals, so we got a game Thursday night. Cash got his 755th win. That's right, Eric. Incredible. What's up, John Morgan from Surf City? Reed from Tennessee. Got some storms right there. I'm looking at you there, Reed. Yep. Had those storms ahead of that little low pressure spinning. We need rain. Ed, everybody needs some rain, man. It is our dry season. What's up, Mr. Tim? How you feeling this morning, Tim? Valerie Bauer, good morning. I wish we could all just be like Louie, right? Just sleep. All right. A few more hellos. We're going to get right into the weather. We got to show you the other dog. So you're going down. Sorry, buddy. You got to give some equal time to your brother. We're going to talk tropics here in a second. Believe it or not, tropics might be waking up. Regionals, Chris. I know, man. We win. We get to play next Tuesday in Orlando. We'll be driving from West Palm Beach to Orlando. A couple things coming up this week. Got a Palm Harbor Hurricane Expo on Saturday. They're giving away 2 Furman generators Saturday. So if you live in the Pinellas County area, come see me. I'll be hanging out. I got a table. We're going to have some shirts for sale. Everybody always wants the shirts. So we got some. We're going to be setting up right next to Dennis Phillips. We can all have a chit-chat. My buddy Dennis. Next weekend is the Governor's Hurricane Conference, and I will be there Wednesday and Thursday at the exhibit hall. Check out Furman's tent. We'll be there hanging out with the boys, Greg and Jason. Not going to make it. Hopefully Jason feels better. He's got a little thing going on. He can't come. But this is a little hunter, by the way. Somebody just asked. Sebastian, what's up there? Cheryl and Tony B. So there you go. We got weather to talk about. We'll talk about the tropics here in a second. Remember, our tropics chat will be moving to daily pretty soon. I'll have to figure out our schedule. I got some things coming up. But eventually, once the season gets going, we'll be Monday through Friday. A couple off days coming up next week, especially. I'll be down at the Hurricane Conference. So, yeah, that's right, Shelly. Best wishes. He's doing good. He just won't be able to come. What's up, Mr. Dusty? Tuesday. Is it Tuesday today? All right, well, here we go. Let's see. So May 15th is coming around the corner. And that is when we start getting daily outlooks. Right here. That will be coming soon. All right, we're going to put you down, buddy. I got to get some drink. I got to get some water. So everybody say goodbye to Hunter. Hunter's doing good. Say bye-bye, everybody. Bye-bye. Stick them up. There's a TikTok trend I want to do, but I'm sure somebody probably report me for animal abuse. Stephanie Stokes, good morning. Heading up your way in a couple of days. So we'll start getting these outlooks here in just a couple of days. May 15th, we start getting these daily outlooks. We'll be talking about the tropics more and more. And, yeah, we'll be rolling big time. Daily Brew will be the place to be for Tropics Talk. Don't forget, brought to you by our good friends at ABC Fine Wine and Spirits. Official sponsors of the Daily Brew. Coming soon. Tropics season 2024. All right. So that's what's coming. What's going on in Tropics? Let's talk about it real quick. Let's close this out. So this is Hurricane Preparedness Week. So you're going to be seeing these graphics all week long. We had this one yesterday. Know your risk, water and wind. There'll be a new one popping out here today. Every day we'll have a new Hurricane Preparedness link. So I'll be putting these on the site so you can check them out. So yesterday's, it was know your risk, water and wind. Consider your storm surge, flooding from rains, winds, tornadoes, and rip currents. That's know all your risks that you could possibly be affected by with the hurricane season. So storm surge, flooding, winds, tornadoes, and rip currents. Determine if you live in a flood-prone area. If you're new to Florida, especially, a lot of people moving to Florida. Go home. Make sure you know if you are in a flood zone. Know your evacuation zone. Know your zone. A, B, C, D. And know your home's structural risks. All right. Tropics, this is what we'll be looking at a lot. This is a map on my site. A lot of juice coming across Africa right now. Some subtle signs we could start seeing something down here in the Caribbean, especially on the Pacific side. But we'll keep an eye on this. There's a lot of moisture down here. This is going to start lifting up here in a little bit in the months ahead. This will be your, they call it the ITCZ line, the Intertropics Convergence Zone. This is where your winds from the south meet the winds from the north, and you get these waves come across, and sometimes they can spin up. And this year, especially with the waters being warm, and lack of wind shear, we could see stuff popping. All right, so let's close this little guy out. This is the area we're talking about. So this is a probability map, and definitely starting to see more and more signs of maybe something in the Pacific just past the middle of the month. This was confirmed a couple days ago. I shared this map. It's a global tropics hazards map. This little guy right here, starting to show the same little area right here. And you get energy that comes across from that area of storms, and sometimes it's what gets the Pacific. Usually the Pacific gets going before the Atlantic side. So anyway, we'll see if anything happens. Harmless, but worth talking about, at least. Everybody knows their zone. B, I'm in B too, Morgan. What's up, Mirtha? That's right, Katie. All right, so there you go. All right, enough of that. Let's close that out. This is it. All right, so another little area that we kind of might start to see something pop, and believe it or not, is this little area right here. So we got a front coming down. So we're going to lead into the weather this week. So we got big storms today. All this is kind of getting pushed to the east, and we got an actual front coming down. Can you believe it? This weekend is a front coming down. Cool weather. Last one of the year probably for everybody in the south, minus Florida Peninsula. Cool weather coming. We got a front coming down this weekend. Could be some storms Friday across Florida. See how far south it goes. But sometimes this lingering frontal lines juice things up. So we'll get in all that here in a little bit. So we could see our first May system. Very, very, very common, this zone right here. So that's looking almost definite. This is a big question mark. All right. But let's talk about what's going on today. All right, SPC. There you go. All right, so that was just posted. This is an updated SPC map for today. And we got a pink high risk 5 out of 5. Okay, very rare. I don't think we had one issued in a long time. Maybe not even one last year. I don't know. What that means is they expect several long track potential EF2s in that area. Not that we can't get one in the orange, we can't get one in the red. It just means that area is concentrated to be the most chances for the most tornadoes. And that's a large area. If you look at some of the cities in that pink area, you can go to the Storm Prediction Center map here, click on it, and click cities, and there you go. It's very hard to see, so we can zoom. And in that area, you got Oklahoma City. You got Norman. All the way up to Wichita there. So parts of Kansas and Oklahoma there definitely are watching. And like I said, anywhere in that black hatched area doesn't necessarily mean the pink just means the most, where you can see the most tornadoes. Anybody that hatched area that expands out of that red circle all the way, almost touching Dallas, could see EF2 or greater today. So large area all the way up to Lincoln. Almost over Omaha there, Nebraska. And down through middle Texas. All right. So that's that. Here is a zoomed area again. I gotta unzoom it. All right, so there you go today. Now, interestingly enough, we just showed a tornado area. Hatched area is particularly dangerous. Tomorrow, this spreads east a little bit, and we're starting to see storms more into Indiana, into Ohio. They've had a lot of bad weather this season. And all the way to the Atlantic coast tomorrow for Tuesday. So this line is going to be pushing eastward tomorrow. Katie whips out the old avocado. Spicy avocado. High risk is definitely tornado driven. Yes, Morgan. Yeah. Sometimes they issue those for different risks, but definitely tornadoes is what they're worried about. And we saw that last week. All right, so there's tomorrow. So stretching to the east tomorrow. Tornado areas tomorrow in the brown. All of Kentucky. Big part of Illinois, or Indiana and Ohio, a little bit of Illinois there tomorrow. And then on Wednesday, even greater chances on Wednesday. Now, there's a lot of chit-chat that Wednesday could be a potentially pretty severe weather day in the yellow and the orange. This is Wednesday. Just relentless storms this season so far. But this is getting interesting for Wednesday. We have a large area now hatched for Wednesday. Very rare to be a 3-day hatched out section like this. So that is something to pay attention to very closely for Wednesday. Large area, Texas, northeastward there. So there you go. And then put a graphic out yesterday about the chances of this thing going to the East Coast for Thursday, and now we do have that. This is our long-range forecast for day 4. And look at that. A lot of our viewing area now is under day 4, 15%, which usually means we're a little worried about storms. So that could be Georgia all the way up towards Jersey. And large area, all of South Carolina, Georgia, most of North Carolina there. So we're going to have some strong storms on Thursday. And then Friday will be interesting because this line is flattening out, but we're starting to see some signs that we could see some storms here on Friday. In fact, the Storm Prediction Center is talking about that for Friday. Limited severe potential could be confined to the immediate Gulf Coast and Florida from Friday into the weekend as a cold front pushes southward. So, now, what happens after that frontal line flattens out is interesting because next week we're going to see a secondary surge coming, and we could see a good chance for some rains across south and possible storms coming in from the Gulf of Mexico next week. So this front's going to linger. It's going to stall out. And then we're going to see a push of action towards the southeast Florida early week into midweek next week. So there's a lot of weather coming. Stephanie from Houston. Tired of the rain. Tracy, good morning. I know you got a lot of rain out in Texas. Yeah, even yesterday, right? Jeez, let's look at some current rain totals for you real quick. I haven't looked. Let's see here. I think it's this little guy right here. I mean, we can look at it. We'll look at this one. All right, yeah, this is one. All right, so we're going to zoom in. We're going to look at radar. Let's look at the last 72 hours. Well, it doesn't go past 72 hours, so we really can't. Yeah, that's only the last few days. I wish this one doesn't go that far out. I have other maps, but definitely over a foot of rain north of Houston there in the last week. You can see where everybody's getting it other than Florida. Florida got a little bit of sea breeze, rains. Look at that, right along Interstate 75. Like clockwork. Interstate 10 and Interstate 75. These are the rains last few days. Yesterday. Had a good little, this is yesterday rains. We had a good little sea breeze yesterday. With the rains yesterday across Florida. Today, though, doesn't look good for rains. Got high pressure locked in. Here's your daily rains. Let's look at the daily rains, and we'll get right into this weather pattern I'm really curious about next several days. Here are the rains today. Very widespread. Hold on. There we go. Rains today. Obviously, where the storms are happening, we're worried about storms. But as far as rains go, very dry. A little bit across the Interstate 75 area. Again, tomorrow, Tuesday, almost nothing. That storm system pushes out off to the east a little bit more tomorrow, Tuesday. Here's Wednesday. That's these high concentration of storms on Wednesday. They're worried about high pressure bubbling, fueling. High pressure locking in over Florida here and helping push storm potential. For Wednesday, no rain. Thursday, here's that front starting to push south a little bit down Thursday. Friday, Saturday, Sunday. Now this is starting to show Sunday. This is that blob of action that we're starting to see potential. So let's get into that. Old front backs up, and maybe our first sign of some tropics watching middle month next week. All right. So let's flip on over to tropical tidbits. This south, this what do they call this region here? We call it the Western Atlantic. Western Atlantic covers pretty much everybody. It's an awesome map. TroubledTidbits.com covers the islands, covers ABC, covers Jamaica, covers the Caymans, Belize, everybody. So we're going to cover everybody right now. What's up, Heather Grimes? Good morning. Jason, I know. No more Mike Siddell. Everybody's talking about Mike Siddell. Terrible. He was one of the favorites, right? Yes. Big news over there, Weather Channel. Mickey Smith talking about the LRC cycle. Interesting. Huh. I will be curious about that. Because it is... Yeah, it is what it is. Well, that's for Wednesday. No, they usually for Wednesday. They highlight severe weather probabilities, just probabilistic. Are you talking about Wednesday? That's probabilistic for Wednesday. Severe thunderstorm outlook. So pretty significant area for Wednesday. Probably be orange tomorrow. Level 3 at least. Well, it is now already. So it might, yeah, that's pretty, very rare to have orange 3 days out for significant enhanced 3 out of 5. So that could be a big weather day on Wednesday for sure. All right, so let's talk about the tropics. All right, so long range looking. Here's all these storms we're talking about. Here's through Wednesday. There's that pop on Wednesday. Here's our front coming down. So on Friday morning, start to see this front back up. Here's that frontal line. So Friday, we got all those storms covered through Thursday. But here's Friday. Interesting, we'll see what kind of action comes out of this push here out of the Gulf on Friday. But throughout the day on Friday, we could see some leftovers pushing. You can see that line through the weekend. This is what they're talking about. So we're going to keep an eye on this little area right here, Friday and Saturday, and what happens. Now, it lingers into next week. This is where things get a little interesting. Here is next Monday. There's those leftovers starting to show back up in the picture for Monday next week. Big old blob out there in the Gulf. So we'll see. Could be some sneaky little storms on Wednesday or Monday next week as this action uses some of that Gulf energy and pushes into the state. So we got a decent chance for southeast Monday, Tuesday, Wednesday next week. This is all Monday, Tuesday, Wednesday into Thursday. So you can kind of see that high pressure locks in and all this leftover frontal line juices up. And in the meantime, we get into the tropics here, and you can see lots of juice down here. And then we're going to get into some other tropical maps. But this is definitely something to since we don't talk about the southeast very much, so Friday we got potential for some storms coming in, and then a little break maybe later part of the weekend on Sunday, let's say, and then boom, a secondary little push here comes into play. And we'll keep an eye on that. And everybody's showing it. That was the Euro. Here's the GFS. Let's go to Friday. Here's that storm line Friday, where it ends up going more northern part of Florida southeast Friday. Maybe a little bit down in the East Coast later Friday into Saturday. And then here's that secondary boof. Blob action. That's Monday. So there's that secondary little line popping through. We can definitely see early next week, and a few little rounds through the week. So, but we're definitely keeping an eye on this one. That's the long range looking here on that. The icon doesn't go out too far, but here's Monday morning starting to show the same thing. So interesting. Now, East Coast action could be interesting from the system too. Now, here's when that front exits this week. We might have a brief little window here from a low pressure style setup over the weekend, and the GFS has been hitting 992 into Nova Scotia, kind of like a nor'easter. Euro is showing up for a little bit too. So depending on where our low exits, this is Thursday. If this low gets over the water, then we could see some sneaky little storms from the northeast. This is next Friday morning. This is that leftover low from Wednesday, Thursday. So kind of keep an eye on that for later weeks. Low pressure exiting the northeast. Here it is on the Canadian model, 997. So, and Bermuda's going to get into action a little bit too over the weekend. We could definitely see some leftover rains down there for you guys into Saturday. So if you're in Bermuda, probably Saturday would be your best chance of this thing getting close to you. Here's Saturday morning. There's our low exiting Saturday morning, and there's leftover little tail action. So there's Saturday morning, and the GFS has got to be pretty close to that. It is Saturday morning. So there you go. If you're down in Bermuda over the weekend, a little bit of leftovers. So there's that. Looking at pressures, showing you maybe the Gulf could try to get a little something going. So we'll turn on the old pressure map here. And as you see on early next week, here's our front leaving the area, and then overall just kind of lingering low pressure area in the Gulf of Mexico. And this is pretty much just telling you that that's going to be supplying some extra juice that's going to be pumping up into the south in Florida next week. And there's a little 998 low. So this whole low pressure area, this is next Wednesday. You can just kind of see that we're getting a little bit of low pressure area there. I mean, GFS showing 1,002 millibar next Monday. But that's because it could be stormy. So, like I said, Monday is going to be curious. We could see some storms on Monday. Here's the Canadian kind of showing a little bit leftovers. Some of the tropics maps that I like to use real quick. Ho! Heat definitely makes thunderstorms stronger, Corey. Yes, 100%. 100%. Yep. (2017) high risk, Morgan. Man, last Kansas high risk is 2017. A lot of years. Let's see. All right. What a finish in the NASCAR race, Chris. You got that right. See the controversy on the line wasn't painted very straight. But they got computers. And it was close. That outside, man. Woo! I thought the race finish was finish. All right, so here's one of the tropics maps I like to use. This kind of shows you areas to watch, and basically showing you this as we get into the time here. Middle May 15th, there's a little bit of area popping off of the Pacific coastline. We'll see. But what we're also starting to see next week is just leftover, stuff popping here off the East Coast. So starting to wake up a little bit more on these tropics maps. Now, this part of the area, we get a lot of May systems. Historically, this is the hot spot in May. They're old fronts. They go off to the northeast. No biggie. They take a name, though. We want as many names as possible that don't affect anybody. But definitely starting to see a little bit of sign here of tropics off of the East Coast from that leftover front. Yesterday's 12Z had a little bit more signature into next week here. A little bit in the Gulf off the East Coast. So, definitely spot to watch for sure. It's going to be time. That'll be May 17th. So NHC will already be issuing their daily outlooks by then. So we could see a crayon. We already saw one this year. Could be the second crayon alert of the year. So anyway, yeah, Morgan, we'll be watching Storm Chasers later today. No doubt about that. It's going to be crazy. Man, some of these footages that have been coming out. Cruise next week to St. Thomas, James. Nope, nothing to worry about for sure. Nothing stressing down there yet. The long range looking here, moisture wise, back to tropical tidbits. You have to tell me how that goes. That's on our bucket list to maybe fly down there this summer rather than cruise. We're thinking maybe they have direct flights to St. Martin, maybe. Love to. Something about being on one of those islands just would fascinate me because it's nothing stopping you from there to the deep Atlantic. It's like the first spot, or Barbados actually, but I think we might plan a trip out there. But 24-hour rain maps, here we go. Yeah, they had all their rain last week. Might be a little bit of rain midweek. Let's see here. You can just see this big old blocking high pressure that's keeping all those rains circling around Bermuda there. But could see a little bit of rain, maybe midweek. Not a lot for Central America. Then a little break. This is Thursday. Here's all that juice coming in next week. But yeah, Caribbean looks great. Not a lot going on down there. This is the what's next. Early next week will be very interesting to see if we get any storms. Monday, Tuesday, and Wednesday into the south there, Florida especially, as our little line lingers. Possibly bringing some sneaky stuff to watch, but too far out for them to talk about it. 12Z was showing the same thing yesterday, so it's kind of been consistent. This is Monday, Tuesday next week. Rainfall. So, here we go. That's about it. FTL. What's FTL? What's FTL? What's FTL? What is FTL, Kayla? Fort. It's gonna be hot this week. Oh yeah, let's talk about. Well, we know it's gonna be hot. So yeah, we could see 100 in spots this week in the south. Literally 100 degrees. Not heat index, but literally 100. Let's look at the official temperatures from NWS here real quick. Let's see if we have anything getting that close. I think I officially saw my Thursday's still the hot day. I think I officially saw my air conditioner's tongue sticking out. All right, look at this Thursday, man. 97s. And we got a little pocket here south of that. So like Sebring, Lake Placid area, Wauchula, you might get close to 100 degrees this Thursday. That is hot. That's hot. Southeast, let's take a look. Let's see one more thing here. Oh man, look at that. That's incredible. So even on Wednesday, look at that. We got 90s all the way up. So lots of 90s coming. This is Wednesday. Woo, man. Let's check out Sebring. Let's see what the official temperature is for Sebring this week coming up. Sebring might be the hot spot. Sebring, Florida. High. Well, I got 96. Avon Park. Let's do Avon Park. 98. Thursday, Avon Park. Let's see if we get any official forecast for 100 degrees. 98 is pretty hot. This is all rural. Oh, 99. Holy cow, we're getting there. Thursday. Could see 99. 98. Man, that's the middle part of the state, obviously. Around Lake Okeechobee. Man, smoking hot. Teresa, it's a little above normal. Oh, Fort Lauderdale, Mary. Eric, have a good day, buddy. Miss Bobby, what's up? Tropic season. Hurricane Harbor. What's up, Miss Bobby? Less than a week, we'll start getting, or a week, well, 9 days, we'll start getting updated NHC maps. But severe storms on Wednesday, very interesting. Let's see what they're talking about it for Wednesday. We know today is an obvious severe weather day. Wednesday is going to be interesting because we are getting strong tornadoes. Volatile setup on Wednesday. So we'll see how that evolves. That's on Wednesday. Well, Mickey Smith. Well, today, very, very, very. Well, HRR is not a bad model, not the best model. NAM's pretty good, but I wonder if I can zoom in. Well, we maybe might be able to zoom into Oklahoma. I don't know. I don't think I ever zoom into Oklahoma. But a couple things we can look at. You can look at the. Let's see. We don't have Helicity on this one, do we? Yeah, we do. Somehow. Yeah, this will show Kansas a little bit too, but I mean, all right. So this is a good model. Helicity shows you the updraft potential tornadoes. Lift, but lots of color. It's very simple, but reds are very rare and oranges. So this shear indicator right here just tells you throughout the day-to-day, this evening hours, lots of spin in the atmosphere, lifting. Very rare to see that much color, that much spaced that close together. Of course, you got significant tornado parameters, STP they call it, like unbelievable colors. I've never seen them that bright ever. Now, this, of course, includes parts of Texas, but never seen it that purple. Just looking at the intensity range all the way up. So that, through the roof, unbelievable today for a significant tornado. So that's just unbelievable. Supercell composite maxing out on the color charts too. So that area right here through Kansas or Oklahoma, excuse me, North Texas today, just an explosive amount of storms expected today. Just unbelievable parameters. I've never seen color like that as far as future modeling goes. NAM, very similar. Not really sure a little bubble there, but it gives you an idea. The whole atmosphere is just going to be very, very active. Now let's look at tomorrow. Let's look at do we go out Wednesday? We won't go out that far yet. Wednesday's a little too far away. I don't think we can get out that far yet. 12Z's out, but I don't think we can go out that far. 48 hours. Wednesday morning. So here's tomorrow, though. We're gonna see some significant storms tomorrow. This is Tuesday. Look at that. So tomorrow through Indiana and Ohio, there we already got that showing up on the Storm Prediction Center map, but that's pretty intense possibilities tomorrow. And then Wednesday will be the curious one as we got our next system starting to brew, and we'll see what happens. But this is definitely interesting for tomorrow. And of course, in a nutshell, look at Storm Prediction Center, and there's your colors for tomorrow. We'll probably go to enhanced, I would think, for tomorrow. This is Tuesday. Looking at what we just saw. So I would think Tuesday, tomorrow, we're going to see this area here probably in orange. So, Kayla, you hear the dog snoring? Yeah, he's down by my feet. That's about it. What else we talk about? I know, right, Jason? Yeah, let's pull up Hunter. He's been very emotional lately. I think he loves me more because we had to get him some medicine, and I think he knows I'm taking care of him. So he's been a little bit more a daddy's boy lately. So he's definitely a daddy's boy this week. Bobby, so we got the Hurricane Hunter tour this week. Anybody going to see the Hurricane Hunters? They're stopping at 5 spots. Friday they're going to be in Sanford, which is Orlando. So if you're in southeast Florida, you can go see the Hurricane Hunters this Friday. It's going to be decent weather Friday. Right, buddy? Anyway, that's about it for me. Anything else we can chit-chat about? Just very curious about my area for next week and maybe Friday. More next week, what we got brewing in the Gulf. Yeah, we could do the nasal thing. But you know what? He's actually pretty good. He used to be so bad. I thought we were going to have to get the surgery for him. But he gets excited. He purrs like a cat. And when he's excited, he purrs like a cat, I'm telling you. but he really, 99% of the time, he doesn't snore. So he's really good. Water tips, Becky, good question. They're getting up there. We just had another sow outbreak last week, so that's going to temporarily cool the waters off out in the Atlantic. The water temperature, remember we were talking about the gaps? The gaps are definitely doing what they probably made sense they were going to do. Like we're still high, but the gap is not that. The extreme water temperatures is starting to inch closer, making more sense. But a lot of this has to do with this dust outbreaks that we're getting, which is very, 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 very common this time of year. And when we have these, this is current look right now, there's a lot of dust in the atmosphere. And there's your dust. So that's going to temporarily cool the Atlantic. And then we'll have a little break and the temperatures come right back up. This is looking out 10 days. So where we're at now, and where we're at in 10 days. And then you can look at a 7-day temperature change here on Tropical Tidbits. Hunter, where are you going? I know where he's going. North Atlantic, Tropical Atlantic, right here. So there's your temperature changes. Let's go North Atlantic right here. And it's interesting. So this is your 7-day change in your averages, and you can see the water temperatures have cooled. Now this doesn't mean they're cold. It just means in the last 7 days they've cooled down from the previous 7 days. And definitely a lot of this is because of the Saharan air layer out there. But, close to home, the area that you worry about this time of year, you can go to Bay News 9 here and we can look at their awesome graphics. And you can see 83, 82. This is currents right now. 10 a.m., 77 in Clearwater. It'll warm back up. They'll be hot this week, too. We'll have to see. I wanted to track that this week and see how hot the water temperatures actually get. Let's see where they got yesterday. For Clearwater Beach, let's see. Right here. Zoom into Clearwater. Plot data. And yesterday, oh, man, they got up to 83.7 yesterday. Whoa. So that just means it's going to be hot. I bet you we hit 85 plus this week. So the water temperature was 83 yesterday in Clearwater Beach. Almost 84. I check out a place down at the Keys. Let's take this little spot down a place called Vacay Bay. Vacay Key. They stay a little hotter than Clearwater Beach. They hit 84.6. yesterday. And they did not dip below 80 yesterday. So the temperatures down the Keys are definitely warming up. 88. Let's see what Key West is. They got a buoy down in Key West? 88. Let's see what the Keys were. 80. Yeah, they're a little cooler down there. Depends on where the buoy. They get a little bit less. They get a little more deep water effects. But 81, 81.5. A little more upwelling down there. Anything else exciting in the weather world? No. This map, if you can figure it out. You just sit back and look at this one and try to figure it out. But it's weather in a nutshell for the next 3 to 7, day 3 to day 7. So, a lot of severe weather in the orange. A lot of winds behind it. Rushing in behind. Very, very limited action through the week here. But they have to update this one because we do have severe storms pushing for Thursday there. So that'll be updated. I don't think that's updated right. So if you live along the East Coast, Thursday, if you're just tuning in, definitely want to pay attention to the weather here on Thursday. We're going to have some storms, and then this line's going to flatten out. We could see some storms maybe on Friday somewhere in that red area. And then during next week, we're going to see some more action coming back in, maybe somewhere around here, a little more into Florida on Monday, Tuesday next week. Keep an eye on that. Becky waiting on some rain. Richard Sanford, good morning. Bobby Sheehorn, it's hot. Katie's laughing. 3-year-old with a crayon. Hey, is it Ecia Hollinsworth? Welcome. Thanks for following. Virginia might get some storms in tomorrow. Yes. Well, yeah, here definitely all 3 days. Look, you got not so much today, but tomorrow, Thursday, and Friday. Or Tuesday, Wednesday, and Thursday. For sure. Well, here, we can look at, this is a cool way to look at it, too. I like this, windy. So go to windy, and it's kind of defaults to the euro there. But, oh, I mean, we got to turn off those wind barbs. Jeez. Well, now I don't know what to do. That is way too many wind barbs. Somehow that got defaulted. Density, let's try that. There we go, that's a little better. All right, so let's see today. Zoom in one notch here. God, I wish I had a better zoom. Oh, they did. All right. So yeah, you're correct. Ecia, is it Ecia? Easy, is that right? Easy? But you might get some storms later. You're right. But SP, nothing's organized, so it's more afternoon thunderstorms today. Organized thunderstorms more tomorrow, Wednesday, Thursday. But it's 5 p.m. Might get some. 5 p.m. tonight. And then here's that big storm mass for tomorrow we're worried about for Tuesday. There's your storms on Tuesday. Really getting stronger throughout the day tomorrow. Could have some out ahead of this system tomorrow afternoon. But really gets to you guys more on Wednesday, it looks like. Very isolated, but here's Wednesday storms popping. There's your big storm mass on Wednesday. Low pressure helping spin everything in right there. Boom. That's on Wednesday. Throughout the day on Wednesday into Thursday morning. Here's your storms on Thursday they're worried about now. I'm on the East Coast. And then Friday we could have some storms across maybe southeast upper Florida on Friday. Could be some passing through the state through on Friday here. And then here is my big question mark. Is this little blob on Monday right there? And what is that going to do as it passes through the state on Monday and Tuesday next week? Weather in a nutshell. Anne Marie, thank you. Oh, Essie. There you go. They should have just spelled it Essie. Anyway. Cool. All right, well, listen, we'll be live on Wednesday. Big storms today to watch, obviously, in the middle part of the U.S., but active week for sure coming up. Lots of stuff. Tropics are sneaking in on us quick with next week. We'll start getting closer and closer to those daily updates from the National Hurricane Center. So let's see. What are we going to close out? Which graphic here? Boy, I don't know. I've never seen those tornado parameters as high as that for sure today. That'll be very intense if that materializes later today. And again, that's North Texas all the way up through Oklahoma. All right, cool. Well, hey, as always, thanks for tuning in. We got our Hurricane Expo on Saturday. We have someone from our direct remodels coming up to hand out information. Just had an MWP take advantage of their 40% off deal for windows. So if you live in Florida, come see them Saturday, they'll be at the Palm Harbor Hurricane Expo. And they'll tell you all about their great company and how to get 40 off hurricane windows and storm impact. I think they said 200 mile an hour they're rated up to. What? Something like that. 200 mile an hour? Is it possible? Withstand winds up to 200 miles an hour. Let's hope you never had to test them. But Cat 5 impact windows. 40% off. Check them out. All right. We'll see you on Wednesday, everybody. All right. I'll be watching the storm chasers today like everybody else. We'll keep an eye on things, see how bad it gets. And then we got more weather to worry about tomorrow, Wednesday, Thursday. So active week ahead. All right. We will see you later. Have a great day. Bye.